Molly and welcome to Goody Goody Gumdrops. Today I'm making seafoam candy. Since I live on the shore of Lake Huron in Michigan, the three Great Lakes that are surrounding Michigan, Huron, Lake Michigan, and Lake Superior, kind of all touch each other. So they're kind of like a giant sea. So why not make seafoam candy? So for this recipe you're going to need water, corn syrup, brown sugar, egg whites, and vanilla. Very simple ingredients, but not quite simple recipe. So I have 2 cups of packed light brown sugar, and when you're measuring them, you want to pack them down into the cup so you know you have enough. So I'm putting that into the saucepan, and then I have 1/4 cup of light corn syrup, and 1/4 cup of water. So now I'm going to turn this on. Actually, I'm going to take this out for a minute. This is my candy thermometer, and I've got this on medium heat, and I'm going to stir this until it starts to boil. So you want to stir constantly until it comes up to a boil. As you begin to heat up the sugar mixture, it's going to change consistency. So right now it's kind of like really watery, and all of the sugar has melted and it's starting to come up to a boil. So when this happens, turn the heat down to low. A lot of candy recipes tell you to keep the heat at medium-low, and I've found from my experience of making candies and caramels at home, when I keep it on medium-low, it burns. So I turned it down to low, and it comes out just fine. So this is boiling pretty good now. I'm going to stop stirring and let it cook. And you're going to want to keep an eye on it because you don't want it to boil too softly and you don't want it to boil too hard. If it starts to foam up in the pan, it's boiling way too hard and you need to turn it down to low. So just leaving it on low works the best. So this is going to take probably about maybe 15 minutes or longer. So when it's at the temperature that it needs to be at, which is the hard crack stage, a hard ball, which is 260, I will come back and show you what to do next. Okay, this mixture is ready, and a good way to tell that it's done is by taking a little bit on your spoon and dropping it into the water. And you can see, hopefully you can see what it looks like in there. So now this is done. So immediately remove this from the heat and go over to your egg whites that I have pre-cracked into this mixing bowl. And what I'm going to do is beat them on high without any sugar in there, just to get it to come to a peak. That is what it looks like when it comes to a peak, and that shouldn't take long as you beat it on high The next thing you're going to do is take this mixture and pour it in a very small stream into the egg whites while you're beating the egg whites on high. I'm going to switch hands real quick because I'm right-handed. So. Stop beating for a moment to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and then I'm going to continue beating on high for about 10 minutes until it loses its gloss and comes to a stiff peak. So this is what the soft peak looks like. Before with the egg whites you saw a regular peak or like a hard peak. This is a soft peak. So this is done being mixed. I let it rest for 2 minutes, and now I'm going to drop it by the rounded teaspoonful onto a greased baking sheet and bake in the oven for 300. I'm going to bake it in the oven at 300 degrees for 20 minutes, and when the 20 minutes is over, I will be back to show you what it all looks like. So the best way to drop it though, is, because this I found is like working with hot marshmallow or something, so I didn't bother scraping the pan while I was cleaning it. So get like a spoonful and then plop it onto your baking sheet like that. I will be back in 20 minutes to see how it all comes out. You can also stir in nuts. I know I'm just like flustered with my thoughts right now. At this point, you can stir nuts in, any kind of nuts that you want. I'm not stirring nuts in, but that's optional. If you would like to put some nuts in, you can. This is the finished Seafoam candy. And I just wanted to add that make sure that you bake them in the center of your oven. I baked them on 2 different pans, one in the center and then one on the next lower rack, and the ones on the lower rack did get burned. I'm going to show a picture of that, so make sure you cook them in the center of your oven. So I'm going to try these. They look beautiful, like little globs of seafoam. They taste really good too. They're still hot. It tastes just like a mouthful of sugar. So, or not quite like marshmallow, maybe a little bit, but they are really delicious. So, I hope that you enjoy them and enjoy making them, and come back for more goodies, and I will see you next time. Bye!